Hi guys, welcome to Taylor's Tech Repair. So this is the very first video. What is this YouTube channel about? This is just me having fun tinkering with different devices. Laptops, desktops, printers, even though I really don't like printers, but really any tech item that I can take apart, fix, look at, and break down. I have about 15 laptops to maybe 20 in storage that I can repair. I have a couple of phones, tablets that we might look at. We don't really know. We'll start with a laptop that I pulled out earlier in that series. But first, I actually want to look at my own system where I'm going to be looking at these videos, shooting these videos, editing these videos. So I noticed when I was setting some stuff up, let me switch it over to that screen. I'm going to show you some guys that my system was running a little slow. So I went to my task manager, looked at my performance, and noticed my RAM in here. I have 4 gigabytes of DDR3, which I thought was a little weird, because I vaguely remember tearing down this system before and adding RAM to it. I could be wrong. I have not opened it in about 2, 3, 4 years, somewhere around there. So I'm going to open that up, take a look at it. I also have, let me show you, a bunch of hard drives. So I thought about setting up a way to access these drives, either remotely, set up something that connects to my computer one by one, set something up, maybe even set up a NAS. But I was looking and to see how many drives my system can actually take. So I'm using an old server. Thought maybe they have some extra memory slots. So I was reading, if you look at the type of board that you have, that's going to be information that you can use to possibly tell how many hard drives you can have. So I looked up this baseboard, and it says it has 6. I know it has at least 1 hard drive in it. I have 7 sitting over there, so that leaves me 5 that I can add. Which I'll probably add the ones that have bigger memory, just wipe them all out, and use those. And then the 2 that I have left over, I'll just use for backups. So that's the very first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take apart my desktop here, unplug everything, open it up, set it where you guys can see it. It's going to be a different camera view than what you're going to usually see. Usually you're going to see this. But since I'm going to be obviously taking my computer apart where my cameras hook up to, I'm going to just shoot off with my phone, and hopefully you guys can see that. So we're going to get started on that. We're going to come back once we have this area cleared, the computer all torn down and opened, and I'll show you just opening the case. Really not all that exciting, but looking at what's going on with that RAM, see if I'm misremembering, see if there are some sticks that maybe aren't installed properly. We'll look at that, look at adding those devices. So let me get that all torn down, and we'll come back. So here's the DVD drive. Has a screw on that side, 3 screws on that side, and then 4 screws along the bottom that we're going to take out. So I have my smaller bit in here. We'll take out these gold screws. If I can do this one-handedly, I can switch my screwdriver around. Let's get these out. So there's one, and I'll come back once I get all the rest of them out. Okay, so I'm gonna disconnect these DVD drives. If I can get in there one-handed, there we go. Get those disconnected. I'm gonna take those out. So if you push down on this, try and push on the back of it, it comes sliding out. Let me slide the other one out. It only comes out halfway right now. So we're gonna try to get those out the rest of the way. Put in some hard drives in there, and then look out behind this black thing, see if I can find the RAM in it. So I had to take off the front cover to get those out fully. It was getting jammed up on it. Front cover, you just have 2 little holes down here. It goes in, goes back on top, and you click it in. to get it undone, just push this over to the right and open it up. So we're gonna take out this other DVD drive. Let me push this back down, pull out, and that's all the way out. So since my hard drives are smaller than that DVD case, obviously, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get those mounted in there. See if there's something I can patch together, make with that. Thankfully, there's not a whole lot of dust. There was just some right down here. So we're going to keep looking for those RAMs. I do believe it's back behind here. But first, I'm going to see if there's a way we can get some of those hard drives mounted in. Okay, what I have found, so I took the DVD drives all the way out. I made something for one hard drive to get into. I believe it will slide in. But then I noticed after I took off the top, or the front, that these are here. And I was like, oh, what's this? So I noticed these two have a button on the front, and I pulled this out, and it was the hard drives. And I go, okay, makes sense. It's a server. Easily swap in and out hard drives. There's two of them in there. And if you do what I just did, don't close it properly, it doesn't close. So what I'm going to have to do, since these aren't full things, to put hard drives in here, I want two more in here, is order the parts that go in here so I can swap these in and out. I'm going to have two 500 gigabyte drives up here. These are 300 gigabytes. I'm going to put 320 in both of these. So that should be plenty of storage. And then I'm going to figure out what to do with the rest of them, because I still have a bunch of SATA cables available. So we're going to look into that. I'm going to get this other DVD opened, show you what I did with it to get it to work for my hard drives. So I have not made that other one yet, but I took the one I did make for that hard drive. I slid it in there, and what I learned from after plugging it in is it works. But I should have put the hard drive farther back. So instead of towards the front, farther back, so these cables are a little hard to put in. So I'm going to do that. While I was doing that, I did notice right there is our RAM. You can see all the sticks, pretty easy to get to. So I was right, it's under this black thing. But it looks like they slide in. So I'm going to see what's going on there. I see that it does show numbers on them. It looks like I have one plugged into 3, 1, 2, and 4. 5 and 6 look open. I'm going to pull those out real quick, check the memory on those, and then we'll come back. So now that we got all those screws out, this just comes right off the top. And there's our DVD drive. And the bottom should come off too now that I got those screws out. Can't really do it one-handedly. That's right, I forgot. You got to take off the front cover of it as well. It's a little tricky. But you take the front cover off, and now you can take this whole drive out. So now you have your top of your drive, the front of it, on the bottom. So what I did is I'm going to put my, I believe this is a 500 gigabyte drive. What I'm going to do is add some holes, put some screws, cover it back up, put the DVD drive. I'll show you on the other one, wherever I have it, on the front of it. That way there's no dust getting in, and then I'll try sliding it all in. So I got that cover off. All you had to do is this was in here, pull up on that bottom tab, this comes out, and then you slide this open. So with this closed, we can see the numbers. We're going to take a look. I believe 246135 is that order. Should be pretty easy to remember. Odds than evens. I do see maybe one of them's not mounted properly. No, they're all look mounted. So I'm going to pull those out, see what's going on there, check the memory on them, see how much memory I should have, why something's not lining up, make sure everything's connected properly. And we're back. So I have the desktop all undone, sitting on the workbench here. So we're going to open it up. It's super easy since this was used as a server. It is a server desktop, actually. All you got to do is unlock this handle from the top, left to unlock it, right to lock it, and then you push down on this handle, or open it up. So first, I want to check some things in here. Talked about those hard drives. I want to see that supposedly there are 6 slots. Right off the bat, I'm seeing, looks like maybe 2 up here. No, those are DVD drives, sorry. I know there's one somewhere in here. I don't think I actually have taken this apart, as I said in my intro, to put RAM in it. So we're going to figure out where all that is at. I see a SATA cable down here. Couple of USBs, some other places for some SATA cables. I do see 6 of them down there. It looks like that blue wire goes to my hard drives. Possibly, except those are actually going up to where those DVD drives are. So what I think we're going to do is take out these DVD drives. I'm not going to use them. It looks like there's some ports back here that I can put some hard drives in, do some more research, find out where the RAM sticks are. I don't see those right now. I might be underneath here, because I'm looking under there. I see some different things. I do see some PCI ports, some stuff plugged into that. So we're gonna take out those DVDs first. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I have the bottom of the DVD drive here. I had to add some holes to it, put in some screws to get this to hold down. I'm gonna put the top back on, put the cover on, and then slide it in and hook it up. So I just pulled one out. Unfortunately, it is a 1 gigabyte RAM stick. The one stick I have is not compatible with this board. I used to have others. I believe those are gone. I do have a desktop I can open up, see if it has some RAM in it that is compatible with this board. If not, we're going to have to make a rather large purchase. As you know, RAM sticks are pretty high right now. But I think what I'm going to do is upgrade this, if I can, to a at least a 32, if not a 64 gigabytes of RAM. Get 4 of them, and then that leaves me in the future. I can add 2 more sticks in the future. Okay, so we got everything put in. Those hard drives, we'll put RAM in at a later date, and then we'll order 2 things here to put in 2 more hard drives. That's going to leave me with 3 extra hard drives. I'll see. I know we have SATA connections down here, but I need to look, because I know I have an really old one that does not take SATA at all. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I got a couple others laying up here. I don't know if I'll use the 160 gigabyte ones, but I'll at least get these 2. Thanks for now. These are $7 a piece. I'll look into getting RAM. I'll have to look at the motherboard, see what RAM's compatible. I'll probably do DDR3. I know we're up to DDR5, I believe, but I think this goes up to DDR3, and that's the highest it will go. If I can at least upgrade it from 4 to 16, if not 32, that would be great. Really like to get 64, but we'll see the cost of everything and if that's something we can swing or not. But we'll come back for part 2 of that. For now, we'll get these 2, probably install them in a very short video, then look at RAM. For now, I think I can work with the RAM, work around it, use a couple other devices I have. So we'll connect this all up, and I'll see you in a little bit after I've connected everything up. I have everything back together. It looks like for some reason only one of the hard drives is plugged in. Actually showing two, but this was the one that's already in there that we're running Windows off of. This one, I believe, is one of the ones I actually installed, possibly. Did give me a SATA message, so I'm going to have to look at that later and see what's going on there. Maybe whenever I get those rails, switch some things around, put those rails in, see if they show up here, pull out one of the rails, see if that's shown here, because I'm pretty sure one of the ones that was on the rail was 320 gigabytes, give or take. Maybe it was 300, which would make sense for the C, but not for this local disk. I know one of them was 500 gigabytes that I put in. So next time, we're going to look into this Dell I have here. For some reason, I have it plugged in and charging right now. Open it up. Turn it on. It wasn't turning on earlier. Just it blinks in the front here. So I'm going to see what's going on with that. But that's going to be our next episode. Thank you guys for joining.